Okay. And honestly, I don't know exactly when it's live streaming, but I'm pretty sure we're live streaming.
It says live. It
Okay.
says live.
All right, now
So
it's up
should...
here. Okay. All right. So today we are going to go through some social media accounts and go kind of audit them, see where we need to improve, and different strategies to boost engagement from other realtors and clients. And then we'll also go through, if there's an expired listing, how is it best way to market it after it's been sitting and some other realtor didn't get the job done. So, all right, I'll go ahead and start, and we can definitely take. I'll just kind of do an audit on mine real quick on my Instagram, and we can go over whoever else wants me to go through that as well. And share the screen here. Okay, can you guys see that? See my Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, looks like, all right, just even in my name, you know who I am. Or maybe it's Jam S Hund or James Shund Real Estate. So, no, I'm in real estate. Pretty much even give a backstory and everything right here. No, I'm a realtor, help people buy and sell homes, serve the exact areas I'm in, try and keep it somewhat specific. Got my website and also have my link tree so people can find me there. Check out YouTube. I might want to update that. I guess I still want people to check out YouTube. But it could be something that's simple, like for a realtor, contact me to find your dream home or whatever else. What's your kind of focus? I do have all of these all consistent now. So it's all nice and clean. And okay, so we can pin posts, which we have been for the past 6 months. So what I did is I took one of my best performing pictures and I pinned that, and I said who I am, and like, welcome to my IG feed. Since you don't have much room up in your bio, that's how I'm utilizing this. Gave a little background and the different things that I do on there. Okay, got some lifestyle posts, got some reels, and Canvas, got it mixed up, which is pretty decent. Now here, it looks like I just got way into too many Canvas, and I like to do a mix of real estate posts for like try and get buyers and sellers, and then also try and get and then posts for other realtors and tips on that. And looks like I started to do a little better here, more lifestyle. So I like to have a blend. So because this is really annoying if you just keep on having, just real estate posts and just Canvas and using the same picture all over. You guys know who those realtors are, and it's kind of annoying because I'm like, all right, who are you though? Like, I just see this one picture, like, would I really know who you are rather than just all these little pictures. So yeah, so definitely some things that I need to improve on. I try and keep the following to followers at 2 to 1, so about 50%, which is not that huge of a deal. It's just kind of like those fake profiles out there. But now a lot of times, like, I've gotten my profile spoofed, and they just I don't know, just bought followers or something, and like had nearly identical amount of followers and stuff, and actually did a really good job at it. Copied me. So and yeah, is there anyone want to add to that, or do you want me to check anybody's profile out?
You can check and critique mine if you want. That's like kind of, I think that would be useful.
I don't know if I have much to say on yours.
So pretty much you just want to check mine?
So Anastasia, all right. Anastasia estate, good. So they do something with states.
Mhm.
Growing your channel is nice. Real estate agent, boom, tells you right there. Realtor Colorado EXP. I know you serve multiple different areas, but I might want to maybe even just put like a hashtag if you can fit it in here, if they allow, like hashtag Colorado Springs or hashtag what else is there?
Areas.
Yeah.
Castle Rock Monument.
Yeah, so like on mine, I had like hashtag like Denver, hashtag Arvada, to really localized. Very nice, clean profile. Oh, you got it real well.
I've been trying.
Yeah, you got a good mix of real estate. Okay, yeah. So because this isn't even.
It's like a local bar in Colorado Springs that I went to and I filmed it.
Cool. Yeah. And that's another important thing is whatever you're doing, whenever you're going out, even if it's just like a night out, you're being extremely strategic with where you go, who you meet, and get some content while you're there. So, always working. I mean, it's kind of fun, but get a good excuse to go out. So that's good that you made because that's nice, really clean too.
Yeah, I pinned sellers and buyers guide just yesterday on top because I feel like that's a value that I'm providing to whoever opens my account. So I don't know if that's something you would normally do, but yeah, I'm open to your opinion.
Just as far as attention grabbing, there's a couple things that I would do. Is make this, because it's all white and blue and stuff, make the seller guide stand out more. Maybe a dark blue color or something to really make that pop. It's kind of attention grabbing. And then also I would take some more pictures of yourself and kind of mix them up, because like I just did like 5 minutes of pictures. I just had my it just take pictures every like 3 seconds or something, and just did a bunch of things. And that was like back in March, and still using all these different photos on like my canvas, my Monday motivation. Yeah, it's really nice, clean, classy. Just say to have some of your titles, it's because it's on a cell phone, the kind of will appear pretty small. So some of your titles maybe make it a little bigger. And kind of like you have black here, red here, white. I'd probably try and keep that a little more uniform with your kind of your branding. And see, this is good because you have like, you're using red and stuff. I know that's not like your branding colors, but it's it stands out nicely, like, oh, numbers and red. That stands out really well. Yeah, got a good blend of real estate tips, and lifestyle. It's really good. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I guess the only other thing is because major thing that I always try and never do, or try and always do, is never let this story always have something on there. And so you have to post every day. But it can literally be anything, just that you're always at the top of the mind. I was at this realtor social media thing, and they asked, how many of you guys people flip through their feed? And like 15% of them raise their hand. How many of you guys go through the stories? 85% raise their hands. So to always be up there, it's just kind of like that ideal real estate space. And then the other thing on, let's go back to yours, Anastasia. is to kind of like on mine where you have the different things, and you can get on like Fiverr and have them build you like, hey, I want one for real estate, I want one for Colorado, I want one for fun and stuff like that, and they can just build you some for like $10. So I'd get those going. And you have like some that are kind of cut off. It might not necessarily be on the mobile phone, but that's just something to consider. I know when you first are kind of building your profile, you're not exactly sure which icons to use. So like for a while, I was like, okay, I've been posting too much on this one, or adding my stories to this. I don't even know what to call it, highlight. Now I'm going to then I send it off to someone on Fiverr to develop me all those things. So I mean, just little things, but I mean, it's you're rocking your Instagram. So
Yeah, I wish it was my YouTube channel like that.
you want to check out your YouTube channel?
Oh, I haven't. I just posted shorts there, and I went to Monument and filmed Monument, but I haven't edited it yet.
Okay.
But you can choose what you do with yours if you want, like you and Kyle.
Yeah.
You don't want to look at my Instagram, Jim?
I can.
He's like, I feel left out.
No, I guess it. Yeah, you got nice branded
Yeah.
highlights. I'm gonna remember that sometime. Top producing realtor, good. Since everyone uses top producing, you might put something top producing icon realtor.
Yeah, but nobody knows what that is.
People who are looking at EXP and stuff do. So, but everyone puts top producer at their thing, or maybe even like top 10 producer in Northeast Kansas or something. And then serving me hat, cool. YouTube sources, cool. Building your followers, nice. And oh, good. No, you still sell homes, testimonials, canvas, cool. Oh, good. Is this
By the way, I love this series.
the home reno?
Yeah, I freaking love it.
Yeah, it's good.
I need to get some more flips going.
Yep.
They got a normal picture of you, got a family lifestyle picture.
That's actually a real, the normal picture you're talking about.
This one? Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's not as easy to see on desktop. Yeah, should we play this one?
You can play
Yeah.
it if you want.
It's got your hashtags with 3.
That's a good.
At least we know you have a sense of humor, so that's good. On your hashtags, I would try and keep that under 15. I'm like going more with like 4 or 5 now. But there's a lot of debate on that because they changed a lot of how that works. That they don't seem to be really promoting when you have a ton of hashtags. You kind of can go to like your browse page or search page, and you look at those like reels and stuff. A lot of them have like 2 or 3 hashtags. But I'd just go to your insights and see how much you're getting off your hashtags. If you're only getting like 3 or 4, then that could be the issue. If you could, I would probably put some more like lifestyle posts in here. So people aren't just constantly getting hit with real estate, because that, can turn some people off, and then they just, especially if they're like homeowner, then they're like, okay, just tired of seeing it, and they mute you, and then they don't. But if they see you with your family and doing different stuff around the area, I'd say that's
Your dogs.
your dogs. Yeah, where's your dogs? No pictures of dogs.
Not one.
Fail on this profile. No dog pics. So yeah, any questions? Great. Yeah, yours, guys. Both of yours looks really good. Okay, so glaring issues here. One, I hate the screen. 2, it doesn't exactly say what we do or what our channel is about. So I need to add something to that. Good, got some contact here with the Instagrams. Now, you gotta be, when you do your banner, you gotta make sure that you look at it from all different things, because the TV, I don't know, oh, that goes to the studio, that's weird. So like mobile might just cut like right here, and then desktop, like we're on, you got this extra thing, but then if there's on a TV, it's going to be 3 times the size, have more up top and more on the bottom. So you got to check how it lays out with everything. And there's also no call to action, whether it's like subscribe or, call me here to find your dream home, or, whatever else on there. So, yeah, so I'd give this one like a C on the banner. What I did. Definitely could use some improvement on there. And maybe the guys, wearing something more similar, because this guy looks way more dressed up than this guy in the polo. So maybe have it a little more cohesive. Good. Have a channel intro video, just like it's a minute long. So kind of tell people who we are, what we do, and why they would want to subscribe. And then it's kind of more of the branding. Got this Lambo blue going on theme, and so looks like all cohesive on that for what we see so far. And then kind of like try and step back and see how it stands out, and even kind of right here is like, okay, which one really kind of grabs your eye, and then kind of try and keep with that. And then you go to our entire videos. We need to update. Let's see, kind of update. We were combining. We're trying to figure out exactly what our branding was going to be. So we'll have to go back and update some of these older ones that it's all uniform. We are live right now. So good. Have playlists. Playlists are very important. So that way people can just click like, okay, I do want to know more about why to be a realtor or why not to be a realtor. And then so they can order a new realtor and they want to know tips and tricks. Okay, well, cool. Just click on this playlist. Got 28 videos that are helpful for new realtors, buyer's agent, seller's agent, and then also the current agent Power Hour podcast. So if people want to listen to that, got some shorts. Probably want to add more to this. So, but it's good to have shorts, and so they're in separate sections, so people can look right by there. And then you can also kind of organize this. So you can have playlists if you want your shorts to be up here and you want them at top. Then you can organize that. You can also organize if I want like new realtor tips and tricks playlists, that whole playlist like running across here like this does, you can do that as well. And then I needed the cover on that one, but still got 426 views, so not too shabby.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I see that you linked your YouTube channels,
Oh, yes.
like where your banner is.
Uh-huh.
No, scroll to the top. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
on the right? Yeah. Why didn't you link your Instagram? Both of y'all Instagrams.
Because we want to get people to our other channels and keep watching us and have a nice parasocial relationship that they never want to leave us and want to buy from us.
Yes, sir. Got it.
No, I mean, that's some people put like subscribe to there, but since we both have our own separate channels or buyer and seller focused, make sure we want to put those up there for the clicking link. But yeah, you could do your Instagram, whatever wherever you want, because if they're watching videos and stuff and watching your videos and they want to see some more of your videos, and so I do put that like in my description, like, hey, if you're looking for for buyers and sellers, click here. But no, you can do that. You can whichever suits you. And also, I believe if it let me, I have these as force subscribe buttons, so you could go here and so like once I click on it, then if it wasn't subscribed, then would subscribe on that. So yeah, because it's probably about 5 more minutes before we turn on to the other subject, unless you guys want to keep going this, because there's YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, but a lot of it, even between YouTube and Instagram, they're kind of the same. You're trying to keep like a nice uniform brand. So you kind of want to really try and pick out your branding colors and everything else. So when people see while they're flipping through their suggested videos, where you'll probably get most of your views, that they'll notice yours and notice that branding. Like, okay, yeah, I liked her videos. I remember this, and click on that. So yeah. Is there, just go to about section, why they should, who you are, what you do, where you operate at, be good for realtors, and you could, for this isn't a buyers and sellers page specific. So, but if it's a buyers and sellers page, I'd put like, my phone number, email address, all the different ways that they can contact me through this, even though, yeah, you'll get, spam, but you're going to get spam anyways. So that's just going to happen. But yeah, anything else you guys want to know on that? On YouTube? Okay. How do you
Wait,
what's that?
what are you searching now?
Oh, actually, no, never mind. I'll do Kyle. Kyle Powers, Realtor.
Why does my obituary come up? What are you
Because I was
searching
writing
over,
it for you early, Kyle.
What are you searching over there?
Okay, home Kyle Powers. So yeah, I didn't like type in this. You want to make sure. So that's good, Kyle. You got your search was right up here. Looks like you've got good Facebook, LinkedIn's all appearing. So sometimes if someone's like Kyle Powers and you like shot up a school or something like that, then that might be harder. So you have to really go above and beyond. So your SEO is pretty good on this. And then, but what I was kind of focused on is because this is kind of social media, but you definitely want to have your Google business page set up if you haven't already, and try and get as many 5-star reviews as possible. So 73 Google reviews, that's really good. And okay, know exactly where you're at, and phone number, everything. Oh, looks like it.
Kyle, what address did you use? Is it your home address or?
No, my office.
Okay,
My office.
He pays for his own office.
gotcha.
Right, I pay for my own office, but I would say don't put your home address.
I don't want to.
Yeah, don't put that, but you do need an address to verify your Google page. So if you do it, whatever your broker's office, or surely you have an office local to you, to do that. But yeah, I'm through KREC, which is my governing body for real estate commission. I am legal. My office is legal for EXP. So, but then you can also see, like right there, Kyle Powers, Overland Park. Like that's where the EXP office officially is.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But like I said, I've got all of that. I'd be curious to see, Jim, I'd be curious to see if you just got rid of my name and typed in Realtor Manhattan, Kansas, or Real Estate Agent Manhattan, Kansas.
So Realtor.com, nation. Oh, popping up on first page on Google Places. That's huge.
Boom.
Where? I don't see it.
Haven
Right.
Real Estate Group.
So
Wow.
that's really big because once I hit that, once I was on the first page of the Places, and this is when they first started Places, I asked, I'd always ask every lead who called, like, how'd you hear about us? And because I want to know what's working and what's not. Once I got on that first page of Google Places, was like, even though I had like top rankings for all this stuff, that Google Places was huge for like local people calling you. So that's really awesome. I've noticed a huge explosion in business due to that. Yeah, you got the big ones, which are pretty hard to beat out, but as a real estate agent, the easiest way to rank on Google and SEO is to get your Google Places page to rank. And that's because as a realtor, and there's so many realtors, it's very hard to rank, especially if you're in a big metro area, to rank on a first page. But if you keep on getting reviews and respond to reviews quickly and keep on working your way up, and then also with your reviews, if you can like tell them like, hey, would you mind, like if you have a FSBO, then you help them out. Like, would you mind putting for sale by owner of Manhattan, Kansas, slip that into your review, or best realtor in Manhattan into your review. So when people Google best realtor Manhattan, Kansas, that let's see if it does that. See, all right, so Google pulled these because best realtor was in one of the reviews. So little ninja trick that if you could have them pull it off in a good way, that's huge. Best realtor, like just because Jolene has a review that someone says best realtor, boom, that pulled up, and now Kyle's is gone. So yeah, that's just one thing to look at as well. Oh, you were talking about offices and stuff. So I've been thinking about this a lot this morning, because I really don't care if people, if I put my address as my house anymore, because it's super easy to find anyways. And I try to make myself super easy to find. And I've got Ring cameras and everything else. So if I don't want to answer, I'm not going to answer. So I'm not that worried about it. Get enough solicitors. So I always think about maybe using my home address and going back and forth, because normally I wouldn't ever. Even when I started my construction company out of my house, I used a PO box, but they have street addressing at most PO boxes for free, which that means you can use like the PO box's address and a number or a hashtag sign, and then put your PO box number, so it looks like a address and just a suite number basically. Google, they haven't, I've done that a couple of times, and they haven't really caught on because they want like not a PO box. But that could kind of be dangerous. But there is quite a few virtual office locations that you can do. What's the one? Yeah, Da Vinci. So if you want, you can get well, they have all different services. You can get, okay, I just want an address. Okay, I want you to get my mail for me, and I can pick it up there. So they have or they even have it that you can have a receptionist that will answer like in your business name too. So when people call, and so you can get like a phone number for that. So that's one. I guess they will forward your mail for you. So there's different places. Da Vinci is one I was looking at, and they were really not too terrible pricing. It's like $50 to $60, $59 a month, 59, 85, and so there's 149. But yeah, so that's one way to do it, and especially if you are getting really busy and stuff and have more money to spend, maybe go ahead and have the number that you throw out there have answered by a live person. So you're not just, we all do it. Like if someone's calling, we're in the middle of something, we're not going to answer, especially if it's a phone number we don't know. So to have someone there, because, sure, it might be $100 instead of $50 for it. But, that's $600 a year. But just capturing one lead, I mean, that's that you close. I mean, that's going to pay for it. So, but yeah, I will stop because it's already, I know we got some other things to go on. Any questions or anything else you want to know on that?
No, I think great information. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So, all right, should we go on to Kyle? So, looking at expired listings and stuff, and how do we market them and, show the homeowner who's selling a property that we are going to do a better job than their last realtor who failed?
Kyle is still waking up.
Oh no, I've been working all day. So, because you're better, duh.
I'm the mother effing best.
Motherfucking best. All right, so here's what I always do. So I always go into a expired listing or go into it, depending on what it is. I was actually trying to, well, Jim was talking, I was trying to find an expired listing. In my opinion, any house, anywhere, anytime, any place will sell. It always is going to depend on price. It's always price, and if it's not priced, then it's going to be how it's presented. So if we can do our job better than anybody else out there, then which is taking professional photos, doing the marketing and getting the marketing out there, getting it on the websites, getting it on social media, making sure you have that listing has particular presence on every facet of every social media presence, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. If you've got it out there, you want to have, it's called, Grant Cardone calls it omnipresence, and that's exactly what you want to have with any listing and continue to pull it that way. So that's one way that I always get into it. Typically what happens with an expired listing, and I'm not, there's a couple here. Let me see if I can.
I can send you an expired listing if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Give me a second, because I'm extremely interested in it. And there's one listing that's expired on my MLS, but hasn't expired on, oh man, on James's MLS. And I'm waiting to get an opportunity to get that listing.
Wait, it's expired on your MLS, but not on his?
Yeah, it's so annoying. I almost got myself in trouble with that because I got a phone meeting with the owner, and then I realized that it's not expired on Denver or Colorado MLS. So yeah,
Are you part of both MLSs?
No, I'm only part of, right now I'm part of my MLS only. That's the address of the listing. But once I get that listing, I'm definitely gonna apply for Colorado, which is Denver, Castle Rock, Larkspur.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're professional photos and everything. It's just, I'm curious to hear your opinion.
Okay.
It could be like our kind of case study.
Yeah. Well, I'll start with mine just because this one's actually not a bad one to show too. And then I'll jump to yours.
Okay.
All right. So like on this one, for example, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, why do we have professional photos of a house that has shingles sitting on the roof? Not even professional photos, by the way. They're not professional. Why do we have listing photos that are on here that have shingles in bundles on the roof? So you want to, with anything, you want to make sure that the house is presenting itself in the best possible light that you can. And so getting it out there and looking and making sure it is done, complete, anything along those lines. You get into here, it's really washed out. There's not a lot with it. There's a lot of things, you know, it's just, again, I will bet you that these are probably cell phone photos. And I would be surprised too if I didn't get into it and we see a picture of the person holding a cell phone doing it. Lights aren't on. There's not a lot of color to this house, which you can't necessarily change that, but you can change that with the way you take pictures and the way you do that. You can actually barely see it, but there is a backsplash here. With a professional photographer, it's not gonna blend right into the wall here. You're gonna actually get some good lighting, some good photos, and get anything. I don't care what price it is. At least for me, it makes more sense for me to have, because for me, it's $125 is what my professional photographer charges. So I go in and I say, okay, I need you to do it. I don't care if it's on $100,000 listing or a $1.7 million listing. Whatever it is, having that professional photographer is going to be your first step. Making sure that you're actually paying attention to the little details, making sure that the house is in good condition, making sure it's picked up, making sure it's clean, make sure it's all that way. You know, going through and that side of, I mean, that's the first thing I would do on this one in particular. Same thing. I mean, the colors, it's just the colors don't necessarily pop for what it is and what it could be. And you're getting into this part of it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, give it a refresh look to it. So like I would get in here, if they want to spend money on staging, this one being $120, probably wouldn't spend much money on staging. Gosh dang it. Probably would not spend much money on staging. And I don't blame them. I mean, honestly, you're not going to get much of your return on that one. This one's a commercial listing. But we can go to these are withdrawns, which in my opinion would also be considered just as much to it. So let's see. See what this one is. So same thing. I mean, you've literally got boxes of trash and boxes of trash. You've got lights again are not on. You've got this stuff out there, which is, there's something to be said for getting it out there. I get that. But again, you also want to make sure that you're going out and you're going to present it in its best possible light, because 95, probably even higher, 98% of home buyers are starting their home search online. So even this little bit of stuff, like, why do I have to look at a toilet brush? Why am I looking at a toilet brush in the bathroom? I know it's there. I don't need to envision somebody sitting on the toilet in this house and then clogging it up, because that's the first thing my mom would do. You know what I mean? I mean, or getting streaks all over the toilet. So why is that in there? Okay. So, and again, you can literally, like this room in particular, very simple, very cheap. You could take a fake flower, fake pot, put it right here and give some color pop to this one. Put in a shower curtain. And again, you can't, they're not going to necessarily do every one of them, but go in here, take the 5 minutes it takes to literally take this stuff, throw it in this closet, and it's already going to be a better picture than what's already there. Take the time to go around and walk around, turn the lights on, I mean, it's just the little things like that, that if you go in and just pay attention to what it is and what it looks like, you know, and making sure that you're getting that stuff. Again, not every person's is going to have that there. You know, not every seller is going to want to do those things, and that's fine. I mean, it's not, we're not here to tell them what to do. We're here to give them suggestions of what we need to be, what to do to maximize our most dollars and everything along those lines. So going in and going through that piece of it. And again, it also depends on how far a seller is willing to go. Like, is a seller wanting to paint these pink walls? Is the seller wanting to go in and do that kind of stuff and put the work into it? You know, so that would be one of the first things I would do. I'll show you this one exactly. I was looking at this one today. This seller was very willing because this one just came back on the market. Price went up, but here, I'll show you. This is what it looks like today, or what it looked like when it expired or when it was withdrawn within the last 2 days. And it just hit the market again, brand new on the market, and it looks amazing. And so that's what it looks like right there. It went up about $50,000. And now this is what it looks like today.
Wow.
And so it went up, you know, the price went up. I get that. But look at what a little bit of staging will do. Plus they did floors and paint and all that stuff. But you know, if you did this one versus the old one, I mean, you went in and just a little bit of staging helps this out tremendously. You know, it's a vacant home. All they did was did a light, like this isn't much to turn this in, to put it all in there. You know, so it's this home, I'll bet you this home sells within the next week easily. And it's also in a price range that it's going to sell pretty easily as well. So how much work is the seller willing to put into it? I think that's the first question you ask. The other part of it is I will literally, let me see if these are even still up there. I'll show you the difference. Let me, oh my gosh, I should remember this. But there's a house that I literally had a listing. I took a listing when I very first started in the industry. I took a listing. It was on the market for 4 years. 4 years it was on the market. And I went in and the person came in and I had gone in many times. Here you go. All right, now I remember the address. Let's see if the old photos on here, but there's 4 years it was on the market, 4 different agents. Everybody went in, they like literally everybody had it for different, damn it, it's not gonna show up, but they had it for a couple different years, 3-4 different agents. By the time I got to them, they came to me and they're like, well, what are you going to do differently? Well, there's a lot of things that I did differently. It took me 3 hours to take pictures of this house. 3 hours. The reason being is because I spent the time to roll up all the carpets and roll up all the stuff and move all the seller's things and make it to essentially stage it with what was in there, and kind of go into that fact of it. So Anastasia, let's look at yours. Okay, so right off the bat, looking at only pictures, this looks pretty good. I mean, honestly, these are great pictures. I like a lot of what they're at. It looks good. Not a lot of clutter. Same with the kitchen. Clean. So what I would tell you then, Anastasia, is based on this, it's price. It's going to be price. So it's either it's going to be price and it's going to be what this agent is doing to get the house out there. Because if the house isn't out there and the house is in front of people, like regardless of how great it's priced or how good of a property it actually is, if it's not in front of people, then it's not, then no one's ever going to see it. So my first thing I would say is the 2 things is tell them how you're going to show them and tell them how you're going to market the property and why it's different. Whether it be open houses, whether it be in social media, whether it be whatever it is, go out there and show them and tell them how your marketing is different and why it's different. The line I always use is I want to show you what I do, how I do it, why I do it, and then kind of show you what the differences are with everything that we're able to do. Because it's not always photos. I mean, again, these are excellent photos. Like this house looks really good. So then it's going to come down to, is it really worth 1.7 million? And is it getting out there to enough people? And if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with what we've talked about, not on live, and you're doing the marketing and doing the stuff that you need to be doing to get it out in front of you, and you're doing your job, then it's price. I mean, that's the bottom line of it. For me, I always talk to sellers and say, listen, here's the thing. Here's where you're at. Like you've been with those people for probably 6 months then almost, if you're saying it was on the other MLS. So
Mhm.
whichever it is, you've been with these people for 106 days. Okay. So, or maybe more, who knows? What's going to change? What are they going to do differently this time around if you stick with them? And just ask them. I mean, because honestly, a lot of sellers are like, well, I don't know. So ask them what's going to change, what's going to be different, and let them, and honestly, ask them for 3 months, ask them for a month, whatever you're willing to do. Ask them for that one to say, hey, this is what I do. This is why I do it. And this is what I am as an agent and why it looks like why I'm able to spend my time to actually spend to make sure I follow up with you, make sure that you know what's going on, make sure that I have that constant communication with you so that you're able to know what's going on with the house and able to get that one going and why I am the best option. And that's the thing. I mean, you got to figure out what your value add is. So as an agent, I would say a good value add for yourself is your presence on social media. Okay, so then on top of that, you need to get it really proficient with Zillow, Realtor.com, getting it out in front of all those things, in front of those items, and running ads on, whether it's ads on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is. But the other part of this is another thing I would do with an expired listing, instead of doing the shotgun, you spray and pray approach to it all, is who's going to buy this house? Like who's going to come in and buy this $1.7 million 4-bed, 4-bath house? Is it going to be a brand new young couple, or is it going to be an established family, or what's going to be? And actually, I've got it somewhere. I'll have to find it, but I've got it somewhere where it's called an avatar sheet is what it is. And so it really becomes, who are you looking for? And spend that time, just like before you do videos and do all that stuff, prepare it. Who are you looking for to purchase this home? You know, is it a first-time home buyer? Is it a move up? Is it a retiree? Like who is actually going to purchase this? And then say, okay, it's a 50s to 60s person is going to purchase this home. Someone in their 50s to 60s. Okay, cool. Where is that person at? Where are they looking? Are they on TikTok? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Facebook? Are they looking at the newspaper? You know, who is going to be that piece of it? So then the next thing I would do is I would actually, again, depending on how far you want to take this, but the next thing you could do is go to that one. More than likely, it's going to be a move up buyer. Okay, 1.7. Let's say they want to sell their $600,000 listing, $600,000 house, and move up to 1.7 or an 800,000, whatever it is. Then say, okay, where is that person at? Are they in this other neighborhood? Are they in this neighborhood? And then start going and talking to those people and saying, hey, I love your house. I love your neighborhood. I've actually got another listing over here. Are you interested in moving? We've got this opportunity over here. I would love to help you out buy this house. And then I'd also love to help you sell your house. Rinse and repeat. And it just starts that funnel, starts that snowball down the mountain to be able to say, hey, this is what I'm able to do for you. And again, the difference with yourself or any new agents is that you're going to have that time to be able to spend and do that. Then what I would also do as a newer agent, what I would tell you to do that I wish I would have done is create those systems and processes and what that looks like and actually build that out quickly. Because once you do get busy and once you get rolling on a lot of that stuff, you're going to be, and you can actually systematize it, it's going to be shooting fish in a barrel for you.
Got it.
So
You know,
the big thing I
sorry.
will tell you though is you got to show them. I mean, sure, maybe a lot of it's going to be, sorry to cut you off, but a lot of it's going to be a lot of similar things. But I'll bet you that agent is not telling them, this is what I'm doing. This is how I do it. This is why it's different or whatever. And again, he may be doing, I think it was a he, but he may be doing the same exact thing. Who cares? tell them why you're doing it and what you're doing and what the differences are.
When you mentioned, what I like you mentioned, where are those customers that can buy this house, right? And I was wondering, I've never, for example, gone to a bar, because a lot of like those older men, women, they like to hang out at the bar, talk to people and stuff like that. And I've never seen in the States, at least, like, a brochure with a house for sale on the bar. Are there any regulations against that? Or because I feel like that could be a good marketing, honestly.
Like you're talking like at a, like go down to the local pub and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's not the way I would do it. Not saying there's a
As an
wrong thing or bad thing. Typically, or at least I know in my neighborhood or my area, someone in a luxury home, which my luxury is not 1.7. My luxury honestly is going to be your guys' first time home buyers. So, but like those buyers are not coming to a local bar to go hang out to talk about real estate kind of thing. So that's not the way I would go, but I'm not saying it's not possible.
Two things to say on that. I mean, you can, you just have to get bar owners' permission. But on that, if you're talking about in bars and stuff, so what a lot of people do is they'll buy custom coffee, or not coffee, the thing that you set your drink on. I don't know why I'm blanking.
Coaster.
Yeah. So like branded coasters. So like they'll talk with the bar owner, like, hey, I'll provide all the coasters and stuff. My name on one side, your name on the other, or whatever else. And that has been successful for some people, and they have gotten leads and stuff off that. So that's pretty decent, kind of low cost, but lower on the cost for how many eyes you can get seeing your name. So of course, you just if you know a local bar owner and stuff, or to get in front of them, that might be the harder part. But more people you talk to, more things happen. So.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I was looking at the house
later.
What I was looking at the house that you just had pulled up. And that's the thing too, is it very well could be priced, because how it's priced from just brief search of the other recent comparables, like it's the very next door neighbor's house sold, is listed on May 5th and sold for 1.68, and it was bigger. Actually looks kind of nicer than this one, but that could be some of the pictures. But it could be maybe priced for spring pricing, and if they really want to get serious about it, I want to bring it down a little bit, but that's just very, because
Which one are we talking about?
They're 1.7 million one.
The one that you're looking at? Oh, it just got listed. I have a video of it on my Instagram.
The 454. But
yeah. This one is just got listed.
Yeah, because just looking at this first picture, I'm like, well, I'd rather have this house than that one for 1.7.
Well, right, and that's what I was going to say too, and that's why I pulled this up. So you've got two houses right here. One's at 1.3 and one's at 1.7. And if you look at just the stats, you've got a 6-bed, 5-bath, almost 6,000 square feet. 5-bed, 5-bath, 5,000 square feet. Then you're telling me that this one's 1.7 for 4-bed, 4-bath, and 4,400 square feet. I'm going to go to this one, or and this one's I'm not going to say it's a similar style. It's not exact, but it's a very similar style. So even if it just cut, well, that was October 30, but I mean, again, or you look at this one for the same price, you're getting a much larger house.
Yeah, this house is super nice, like beautiful.
And what I'll tell you too, Anastasia, one thing that I found is being the second or third realtor is not a bad thing. It's actually, it is going to play to your favor, because here's the thing. They're going to be like, hey, we just spent 106 days on the market and it didn't sell at 1.7 million. You know, so now you come in and say, hey, this is what I think and why I think, and then just show them like, hey, do you feel like this house is nicer than your house? Do you feel like this? Or what do you think about this house? Or the call we were on the other day where it said, where they were like showing people around the house, like your competition houses, you know, spend the time to go do that.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be
I
like,
really
which
like
one
that.
would you like better? Huh?
I really like that.
I do too.
Showing them like basically touring to other homes and let
Mhm.
them, rather than you have to say a price, like, all right, which you like, oh, that's really nice. Yeah. So if you brought them to that home, you wouldn't have to bring up the price discussion that, or when you do, it's going to be way easier. And then plus you get some more time to be around them and to get to know you better.
Mhm.
So
And I want to know what they did to it, because it looks like they bought it almost 2 years ago
She
for
renovated it.
half the price. So
yeah,
then what were the renovations done to it? You know, what did it look like prior to? Which I would imagine you probably got access to that through your MLS, but
yes,
so
4 years ago. And yeah, it's really kind of just cosmetic stuff they did. Oh yeah, I guess they did upgrade the kitchen quite a bit. So they did good stuff. They put their money wisely, looks like. But you know, I don't even know if probably 100 grand that they put into it. So they're in it for what, probably around 850 or probably 950. So yeah, it's just kind of how badly they want it to sell. I mean, because it looks like they got some.
did it not sell? And it look, Zillow anyway says it sold February 26, 21 for 578.
Yeah, so 578 apparently is not, when I spoke to the owner, it's not the correct price. She bought it from a realtor and the realtor didn't update the price, and I think she bought it like for 800 something or 700 something.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what I'm saying though. It's not always a bad thing to be the second, third agent behind it, because then they're more open to hearing what you have to say. Because like James just said, you know, it's no longer the market from the spring. It's no longer that market. So getting in front of them that way and doing it, you know, being able to give them an educated answer and give them facts and presenting it in a nice way and presenting it in the right way is going to be most important.
Well, you got two great comparables right there in the same neighborhood too, so that'd be really easy to show them around.
That's true. I have a question. I guess my last question would be, for those expired listings that recently expired in this timeline, right? What do you think do you think it's a good idea for them to wait until spring to list? No?
No,
What's your why?
because the longer you wait, they're ready to sell now, obviously. So they're ready to sell now. So the longer you wait, someone else is going to come in and take it.
No, not from a perspective of an agent, but from a perspective of a seller.
I wouldn't wait because one, as far as the current markets and stuff, we don't know if interest rates are going to keep on rising and bringing the purchasing power of a home like that down. So there's way too much uncertainty right now to wait. And then plus, during the winter, less competition. So, and you know, Colorado, especially where you're at, is very much a four-season state. So, you know, get a lot of eyes on the state in the winter too. So it's, I see no reason. I mean, personally, Kyle, you know, if think something different, but like I wouldn't list this weekend right before Christmas. But you know, that first weekend of January, maybe wait that long, is the only thing. But really, you're still going to be okay. I don't know. I think waiting's kind of stupid right now because we're in a bear market on the housing prices, and you follow the trend unless the trend is your friend, unless something changes and nothing is
crypto.
So yeah, until you see a bounce back somewhere, but we haven't seen any indicators for it bouncing right now.
As
So
it hit the bottom.
Yeah, we have not seen any bottom indicators at all. So,
Anastasia, I'll tell you this. This is the way I would look at it. So I am quite literally getting ready to list that project, flip house of mine next week. So, but again, I think you look at the numbers. So again, this is my market, mind you. So you got to think about that. So in Manhattan, there's 102 houses on the market. Okay. I'm going to list my house at, I'm going to list my house at 3,099 is the list price, is what we're going to list at. So let's look at 300,000. Actually, no, let's look at 320 and then we'll look at 325 and we'll look at that. So 325 and up is going to be houses that have newer builds and are going to have special taxes. Like the lowest one at that point is 329.9. But I will tell you, if you look at this one in particular, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 3-car garage, 3,500 square feet. Okay. I can tell you right now, just by that means the basement's unfinished, which I have a finished basement.
Mhm.
Okay. There you go. Okay. So then looking at that one, then your taxes are 5,134 because you've got $1,500 a year in special taxes. Okay. This one's not even finished being built. Like they don't even have pictures of it, but it's on the market and there's no basement. 330. Okay. New build, no basement. This one's an older home, not necessarily comparable per se, but you know, but again, it's a rental. I can tell you that just by the way it looks. Like look at the stuff, the liquor bottles, like this, these are college kids on this one. Okay, so then not comparable. A family's not going to go into something like that. Okay, new build, no basement. And shit, look at that. Taxes are $8,200 a year,
Wait, isn't it higher than in Colorado?
probably.
not probably. My $200,000 house in Kansas, property taxes are more expensive than my house here in Colorado. That's worth over
Why?
2 times as much.
Why is it so high?
Because we don't legalize marijuana, and so
There's no other income.
no, okay. But yeah, that's a very good question.
There's no other income. That's the way our freaking city says, oh, we want to, that's how we need more money. So let's just tax the locals.
They don't want to raise sales taxes, but they want to tax all the home properties. And then you should see commercial properties. Commercial properties are insane. Like I was paying $13,000 a year in property taxes on my commercial building. And it's insane. And every time they want to do something, it's rather than like a sales tax increase, which is usually voted on. Now they just like, oh, let's just raise property taxes. It's dumb.
Wow. I mean, at least houses are a lot cheaper than Colorado.
Oh yeah.
But not when you look at the price or the taxes.
It still is. Your monthly payment is still way less. I just saw a house today that I was like, oh my gosh, because it was Art Man posted it, and like it had a hangar and stuff, and also like tons of, you could park 100 cars in there. And I was like, I bet this house is like $1.5 million or something. I clicked on it, exactly 1.5 million. I'm like, what the? It's just in Derby, so south of Wichita. I was just like, so it's annoying sometimes, but
So you're looking at this, okay? So now everything, like this is a good size house. This one's actually a nice house, but it's not selling. So that means the price is wrong, or someone doesn't like the updates because it's an older home. Like there's no updates to it, So you continue that way. So now, and I'm already at 345. Okay. So then you go in and here's another one, 350. This is an older home.
how long is that?
Needs work on it, all that stuff. Okay, so these are what my quote unquote competition, this is what my competition is. This one's a brand new build. These taxes are not right. 2,400 square feet, 4-bed, 3-bath. Okay, so 365. And the taxes are probably gonna be close to $7,000 a year. So now you go to okay, so now let's go to the criteria here. And put it at max at 325. Okay, so now this one's 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,900 square feet, built in 90. Decent neighborhood. Okay, lot, needs updates. Okay, so then you go in there, that's at 315. Here's another one, 3,000 square feet, taxes are 5,100. 315. Here's another one. This one is a very similar one as well, but it's a decent neighborhood. But again, it's gonna need some updates. It's an older house, different style. Okay, so then you get into, I mean, and we can go down this all the way, and then you start getting to this